We're live. This is No Gaming
Hello.
Scientist. I'm Connor. That is John. Um,
This is
we're gonna get into God of War here. God of War 2018, anyway. Um,
OG 2018, as I
I
like
do
to
kind of
call
wish
it.
they subtitled this in the beginning, just because then it becomes a lot easier to tell people what it is, and you don't have to do that whole. Are you talking about the game for 2006? No, because that game's probably not worth playing anymore. Um,
Um, Probably not. No,
no,
I would agree.
we're just gonna do balance because I don't want to. I don't want to hate myself.
Fair.
And I think the story mode is actually too easy in this game. I think I switched to it once, and it's like absurd.
And we had this discussion before. I'm pretty sure about like how some story modes are a little they they dial it too much back.
Yeah, yeah. Mega Man ZX was wildly easy. Let me turn off my lights. I feel like this episode is probably going to be mostly the scene, but this opening.
And again, this is a reaching 6-year-old game at this point.
Yeah, but it means I don't know. It still looks really good. Obviously, it's not.
Oh, I'm not saying it doesn't, but what I am saying, however, I'm not turning that down. That's so loud in my ears. What I am saying is like we are gonna obviously talk spoilers, scenes, etc.
Oh, sure. And I will comment on things related to Norse myth that I happen to know some things about.
Yes, please
I do
do, because
wonder if
I
people who
know
played
next
this
to
game.
nothing.
I do wonder if people who played this game but like never played the others, because it is such a different game that I think you could. It would appeal to
Hmm.
a different group of people. Isn't this armor supposed to be one of the best armors of the game once you upgrade it all the way?
Found some.
I for sure did not investigate that enough.
Okay.
Get in the
Okay,
boat, boy.
to see him Atreus now versus like having played Ragnarok, right? Obviously, versus
Okay.
now, and he looks like this little gremlin dude.
He's so small.
He's so tiny.
I do like the narrative of this game that it's like so self-contained too. I need to change some settings real quick.
Yeah. Well, put on that performance mode, my guy.
What's the performance mode?
Hit options.
Oh wait.
Oh no, go into yeah, options.
What? Where's options?
Triangle.
Oh.
Go to settings. Video. Oh, it is in performance mode. Okay. You want that motion blur down?
Oh, what does that mean? What do you mean? What?
So this is just making sure it plays at like 60
Oh,
frames, and then
I
motion
will.
blur because I know you don't like motion blur that much.
Yeah, I don't love it. Okay. Actually, settings, controls. I thought I could change the controls. Oh, I have to do this. No. Oh well. We're gonna just deal with it, I guess, because I can't figure out how to change it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's not it.
Annoyed.
Okay, whatever. We'll deal with it. Maybe after playing Elden Ring, I'll be less annoyed. I just don't really like using R1 to do
Still want me to tie it to the
to
boat?
fight like that. It feels weird.
Oh, it's like your main attack.
Yeah, it feels weird to me. And I couldn't figure out how to change it just now, and I don't want to waste time on the recording for it, so.
Boy.
That's fair.
That is enough.
think
Oh,
I
my desk
technically
is a
played this
mess.
a little bit after release when it first came out.
Father?
What?
Did you play it on my PS4? Because this came out when we were living together still, I'm pretty sure.
Everything
No,
is
well,
different,
no,
boy.
2018. Then
Try not to dwell on it.
I played it on mine, I think. I can't remember exactly though.
Oh wait, did you move out already?
2017.
Well, that's wild. I guess
Yeah,
I just remember.
I moved out here at the end of 2017. I mean, I was busy. I was driving back
Yeah.
and forth for the next year. But
I guess I just remember your sibling being there still, so maybe that my brain just autofilled that you were still there.
that's possible. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if that is gonna hold. So I'm just gonna set it to the side, let it do its thing. So I really don't want to reprint that, even though, well, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, and they make the whole cut. What's it called? The credits are part of the opening scene. I couldn't think of the word for credits. I really appreciate what they did in this game, though, with the
That was the last.
no-cut style of everything.
It's impressive, albeit
Yeah.
low-key silly, you know?
Yeah, it does have, you know, there's a point at which like it's not completely necessary, but it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It does
Alright.
seem like a lot to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it's interesting to think like I actually never played God of War 3. Do they ever establish exactly how many years after this is? It's got to be quite a few.
Oh, there do I see him.
I don't know, honestly.
Because it's got to be like
Do I see
Time
at
between
least
God of
10.
War. I guess 3 and 4 is.
Oh, there do they call to me. 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 Oh, there do they call to me.
He just always looks grumpy.
Okay, so apparently 150 to 1,000 years.
She's ready.
Jesus. Okay, fair enough. He's a god.
Well, one, he's God. I think they based that on like the destruction of Sparta was around this time, and then some mentions of like very specifically Tyr's temple being here and here kind of vibe.
Okay,
Find your way home.
so that's basically that indicates.
You are free.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm sorry.
Squeeze. This knife was hers. Now it is yours. She taught you to hunt.
She knew.
Show me.
Now?
Now.
I think he's about like 10 here,
Something like
maybe
that.
12.
Something like that.
Okay.
Because he's somewhere around like 14 or 15 in the second one.
I know there's like a 5-year gap between Ragnarok and this one.
What are we hunting?
You are hunting deer.
Which way?
In the direction of deer.
Okay, this way.
Already, having just started like the Valhalla DLC, there's such a difference in his delivery.
Father,
Oh yeah.
why are we doing this now?
I need to know
I think so,
to
at
survive
least.
the journey.
Then we leave for the mountain?
Depends on you. Hunt. What did you find?
Tracks. Not deer, though. I'll keep looking.
Okay. I'm not gonna become
More
a
tracks?
completionist for that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but
But they're too round. Could be a wild
That's
boar.
fair.
Good.
Jesus Christ.
This way, boy.
oh, I'm gonna miss having the mobility in Ragnarok is much
Wait,
better.
deer tracks.
The way
They're
you
fresh.
climb up ledges and
This
stuff.
way.
Also with the blade. Yeah, the blade.
Found it!
Slow down, boy.
It's a big deer.
Sorry.
You are hunting deer, not chasing it.
Yes, Father.
Oh, that's a lot of hack silver at this point.
That is one thing I do. I feel conflicted because I do love these games, and I think I prefer them over the original trilogy.
I need.
Just
Like,
'cause-
I think that needs something special to get it there, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get there from here.
He broke our bridge. How are we gonna get across?
Step aside.
Wow.
Go.
The original trilogy just
Oh,
was of the time of just like being very angsty and like angry just to be angry.
There's some. Yeah, there's some
There it is.
validity to that.
Hold.
It came from a different era.
Just,
Of
Rawr.
sensibilities.
Now its guard is up. Only fire
It was. I mean, it was still the era
fire.
of like.
when I tell you to fire.
I'm sorry.
Do not
Young
be
men
sorry.
getting really weird about
Be
people
better.
who weren't within their own clique playing
Fight
games, whether that was like other nerds or women, frankly. So some of the games that came
And-
out reflected some of that sensibility. Like this was definitely felt geared toward like teenage kids.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, that still exists, and
Yeah.
they're still very weird about it.
Oh, okay.
My bow!
No! You are not ready! Stay back!
I'm annoyed with Adobe right now. Which account can I use? You just use your service. I just want to use your service. Come on. And Connor, we should really have just a it's like y'all just charged me this month. What are you talking about? This is why the transition to everything being a subscription is the worst. You could have just gotten Photoshop and Premiere, and that's it. You bought it once and you're done. You're good.
Draugr. They've never come this close to our woods before.
Keep moving.
Here's this way. I can see.
Maybe it's just me, but this looks like slightly washed out looking.
Can follow you.
I don't know. It looks okay on my monitor,
Okay.
but I don't know what I'm looking for.
Okay. Close all that. There we go.
They were just hungry.
What?
The wolves. They weren't mean. They were starving.
I imagine they were.
Thank God. Why did... Alright. Finally, I can do...
Ooh, good find.
See, this is. I guess there are some segments you do this in the second game, but yeah, having the blades, they made a lot of those like getting back up ledges much more fluid.
Yeah, and that's what I would describe the... Yeah, like most...
Mind the edge, boy.
like Spider-Man 2, brain fart. Fluid, streamlined is how I would describe that game as well.
Yeah. Did I get this? Yeah.
It's like I didn't really use the gadgets nearly as much. Simply because it didn't feel fluid to pull them out and use them, right? At least from in my opinion.
Should we be in here?
Where's the third one?
Did they have these puzzles in the second one too? I don't remember.
They did.
You did? Okay. We have like just like a AAA like that's what I'm looking for. Big budget, just like kind of archaeology game that isn't really Uncharted as much as I love that series.
I would like to see one that isn't like maybe it doesn't focus around combat as much.
Yeah, like no, that's exactly what I mean. Like heavier exploration, like kind of the older Tomb Raiders, because those were more exploration heavy than combat. And I like the reboot Tomb Raider, but it is much more combat heavy. And the third one of that trilogy kind of did swing in that puzzle focused direction a bit more.
Oh, did it? Which one's that? Because I think I played.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider was the last of that trilogy.
Boy, no excuses.
Oh, did I play Rise of the Tomb Raider then? Is it the one? when I played.
You probably played Rise, yeah.
I played through a decent portion of Rise on a while back.
Yeah, and actually, I just realized Far Cry 6 is on Game Pass. So that might be finally the time I try it out.
Can
I
you
actually,
hit it from
I
here?
actually have it on PlayStation. I played it.
I
a
did
little
at a point, but when it was time to renew my PlayStation Plus subscription for the whole year, I'm like, I don't really use this at all.
A bunch of times.
Well, I bought
Never
it
wanted to take
on the
me.
PS4. I think before those
Why
games
not?
were on PlayStation Plus.
It
I'm
was
not
her
sure.
wish.
Or I wasn't willing to
And
pay for PlayStation Plus.
It
at
was
the time.
time.
I see. Yeah.
But I wanted to try the game, and it was on sale. It was like $15 or $20 at the time.
Mm.
Okay, I'll try it out. And it's neat. Like, don't get me wrong. Like those games have. Oh, I shouldn't have done that yet.
They have their place. They're fun for what they are, kind of vibe is how I would describe it. It's just one of those things I would not buy it at full price. So that let's see what else. So that the new Avatar game, from what I've listened to the Min-Max episode this week, it's kind of that similar vibe of like, it's fine, maybe wait for a sale. You gotta parry, Connor. Parry life or no life. You're like, absolutely not.
I do feel like I'm giving this game. Like, I will make an effort to do it from time to time. In fact, that one that I blocked before that last enemy. Was
Clever.
an act I parried too late, essentially, so it just blocked.
So nice.
Yeah, and
Where are you going?
did you play the newer the Horizon Forbidden West? I don't remember.
I've never
No?
played through the original.
Oh, okay.
I struggled with the.
Combat. The combat's, I think, a lot more chaotic. In a way that I can see you like not liking as much.
It's chaotic, and it felt like it got like strangely hard at a weird moment. Do I have to come back here to deal with this?
Which part?
The rocks right there. It doesn't.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a bit. Because I think for that, you need.
Oh, well,
And this has some very light Metrovania to it, right? It's not like one big map necessarily, but it does have that backtracking DNA. Which I wanted to check out Blasphemous 2.
Here.
Oh look. It's Skull and Hati.
But I also
Wolves who chase
you might be
the
interested.
sun and moon.
Octopath Traveler 2 is on
Where
sale
did they come from?
oh yeah.
right
How
now.
did they get up there?
30% off. I'm like,
I still need to play through the
happening there
first
at the end?
game.
They eat the sun and moon?
I hope they're not tied together because I definitely didn't.
I don't think they're tied together, so you can probably play the first one. I have the first one on my Switch. I just haven't played it.
Yeah, I'm excited. That might be my like RPG for the winter. And then I was talking to my coworker because he's also really big in RPGs, and he's like, "Why?" Okay, whatever. He's like, Persona 3 remake comes out, then Like a Dragon's Infinite Wealth comes out, and then Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth comes out. I'm like, oh, big yikes.
That's a lot of stuff coming out very soon.
Yep.
He can no longer use
And so I was
it.
like,
We can.
not enough time in the day.
There really isn't.
I mean, there's a reason
Father,
some people just like get into 1 or 2 games, and that's basically what they play.
Wait for my mark.
Yeah.
I'm kind of intrigued
Relax.
by
Do
Lego
not
Fortnite.
think
a
of
little
it as an
bit.
animal.
Oh,
It is
also,
simply a target.
once
Clear
human
your
looks
mind.
really neat.
Steady your aim and breathe in.
What is... Okay, I need to look that up
Feet
in a
solid.
second.
Steady yourself. Exhale and
I got it.
good.
It's like a survival
It's
crafting
still alive.
looter shooter, but it actually is like way more a looter shooter.
Hmm.
And it's an odd one because it like came out
The
just
knife.
after the predictable failure of the day
No.
before. Like the
Finish what
predictable
you
scammy,
started.
like, oh, we launched it and then it failed miserably, so the company's closing down. Sorry, bye.
Yeah.
Like they
Oh,
should have
yours?
bailed.
Okay, there it is.
Should have bailed on that like a year ago. But once human, it has an interesting aesthetic.
I
The enemy
can't.
aesthetic is interesting. The crafting looks compelling. Like it looks like it's streamlined enough to not be tedious in the middle of a looter
Right.
shooter, while still offering
So for-
that for people.
Yeah, for me, survival, what I really like about, or what I want out of a survival thing is I want progression that isn't like obscenely like walled off,
Yeah.
but there is like, there is still, what's the word I'm looking for? You still feel accomplished doing it. It's not just kind of dumb progression.
Forgot about this fight.
Oof, the stream is struggling.
That's it.
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
Batista! Okay, just tell me when to shoot. Whoa! I'm set! He's too strong! Watch out!
Here, I need to see if I can switch that. I keep pressing circle on accident to try to dodge. It's not working.
Yeah, I encountered that when I was playing Valhalla. I'm like, wait a minute.
It feels more natural to do circle to me.
I mean, that's what most games do have. That seems insanely long.
There we go.
Oh, is that a weak point? That like orangey kind of spot? Like his runes tattoo things? He has one on his thigh that might be easier to hit.
Watch your back!
Okay. You have an ability later where you can throw it and then make it explode where it's stuck? Okay. I'll say that would be that would have been a move.
Later on, they start.
You gotta parry, Connor. Wait, does the parry even happen in this one? I don't remember actually.
I don't think it would work on this boss. I don't know. This isn't sold, so I'm sure. I didn't know he's hit it twice.
Oh, you're not locked on either.
Oh, I can. God, I'm sorry. I don't know if I realized I could.
I don't think it teaches you yet, because I haven't seen the prompt to lock on. Because I was like, you're fighting the camera a little bit. Are you really trying for the glowy spot?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'm like.
Wasn't the most brutal fighter.
That's what you get!
Boy,
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
Maybe that's his puberty gene. Like his godness is hitting puberty.
You are not ready.
What?
What? Are you serious?
I don't know. I feel like
Found the deer.
his fits of rage are like his god gene activating. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Home already.
We are going home.
I do know that.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
Isn't
You
I can't remember, is
are
Kratos
not
like a
ready.
full god, or he like became a god because he defeated Ares? Was that was the story?
It's revealed later that he is a demigod, similar to Hercules. He is like Zeus's
He was a son.
direct son somehow, which is kind of lame in my opinion to have that as like a reveal.
Right. Like it could have.
I'd rather
It would have
it could have been cooler if he was just like, oh, I just fucked up Hades and inherited his godhood.
or Ares.
Ares, I said Hades. Well, I mean, you do kill Hades eventually.
Yes. Isn't that in like number 3?
That's the second one. When did you kill it? Wait, I think it's the second one. Third, you definitely kill Hermes. I don't remember if you kill Apollo. When does Kratos kill Hades? Fuck, why can't you just tell me the game? Oh my god. Oh, that is 3.
Because I remember seeing that in some of the promotional material. I think. Oh, I can't get in here yet.
I do remember and
Doors open, huh?
still being impressed
Quiet.
at the time of like the scale of God of War. and it kind of still holds up, you know.
The originals, you mean?
The originals, especially. And even, did you ever play the? Oh, you didn't have a PSP, huh? The PSP ones though were wildly impressive for the time, right? Of like a mobile console having that kind of like scale boss battles too.
They keep pressing.
And I remember when I was playing Ragnarok, the drop near spear I didn't love right up first, but it's actually pretty fire for like building up a stagger.
I loved it. It was such a good.
I told you to stay different about the forest.
And I told you not to speak.
I also thought that sequence is really cool.
Oh, how you get Heimdall?
Yeah, when you get to it, when you get the spear.
Yeah. Again, I know very little about Norse mythology, so it's nice that you'll talk.
It wasn't like necessarily a relation to Norse mythology. There's some stuff they've done that's like both they're taking liberties, of course, but like
Of course, yeah.
But why would a fire troll burn Mother's garden? And since when are Draugrs so close to the house? And what was that frozen thing that attacked us?
I do not know. Now be silent. We are almost home.
Ooh,
Inside.
stranger fight.
yeah.
You think the runes are a protection spell?
That might be what they are. The intent, anyway. They also have some kind of a protection spell around this entire area that's supposed to keep them safe or something.
Yes, I think I remember you had to go restore those in the second one.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact story. It's even though I didn't play
been a
it
bit.
long ago, but it's been a year, so I remember elements of it. But
I just remember, and I think other people have said this on podcasts we listen to at the same time, or similar podcasts. Is Ragnarok felt more like an adventure, where I didn't know what was going to happen. Whereas like this one just kind of is the one goal the entire time.
yeah, which I appreciated, and it probably made this an easier game to write and build, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
It's not fair.
like making it too
You lost
complicated-
control.
That thing was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get angry in a fight.
Anger can be a weapon. If you control it, use it. You clearly cannot. When you
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better now.
Fine. Come on then.
You want me to hit you?
I want you to try.
Ow! What are you...
Try again.
Why are you doing that?
Too slow. Try again.
Cut it out!
Weak. Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again. Your anger. You can get lost in it. The path ahead is difficult. And you, Atreus, are clearly not ready.
It's so interesting because we never see his prior family, but 'cause he had a daughter prior to, you know, the original trilogy and this, so it's interesting that they.
No use hiding anymore.
I would have liked to see how he interacts with
You are.
What's going
a
on?
daughter versus a son.
More importantly, I know what
Well,
you
and he was.
Boy,
I think
leave
there's
the
the
floor.
idea is that he's
Now.
But you
had a
told
lot
me
of
never to go
growth.
down there.
Yeah.
What is that?
I do not know.
What's he
At the
talking
time,
about?
he probably wasn't a
not know.
particularly good
Get
father.
in.
No. And then what we know of Spartan culture.
Tell me what
Two.
I want to know.
I wonder if he's still raising Atreus like he would raise a Spartan son, you know?
Yeah.
It's wild to me that this is like the nerdy Faraday guy from Lost.
I thought you'd be bigger. But you're definitely the one. Long way from home, aren't you?
What do you want?
His name is literally like Daniel Faraday or something,
Know the answer.
named after obviously the
Whatever it is you see,
scientist
let you
Faraday.
have it.
Faraday cage and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Move on.
and he was this like meek like
Here I thought your kind was supposed to be
physicist.
so bright and so much better than us, so much smarter, and yet you hide out.
So it's
here
interesting to
in
see
the
him
woods.
kind of play this like
Coward.
kind of weird
You
angry
do not
character.
want this fight.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I do.
Leave my home.
You
His voice is like gravel, Connor.
let that to happen.
I warned you.
Finally.
You would not listen.
The amount of restraint this man shows compared to before.
Fine. My turn. How incredibly disappointing.
Come on, then. Point.
I do like, and maybe there's some research we could do like of the common visual language that games have developed to communicate, you know, blockable, unblockable, what's parryable, things like that. Like we've all seen, you know, we all know red, unblockable, yellow, parryable, which surprisingly, Spider-Man and in God of War 2, Ragnarok, they introduced like a light blue one, which meant like you had to do a very specific like parry to be able to combat that move. And then obviously like the yellow markings on things means it's either interactable or climbable, that kind of vibe.
Tell me what I want. Pain stops real simple.
Why are there two beds in
You find this interesting. That you like,
Leave my
they're obviously going to have another game. So it's, honestly, it'll probably be like a 2026 game, frankly, unless they have a tighter
Struck a
development cycle
nerve,
again,
did
because
I?
4-year development cycle is pretty decent for this kind of a game.
Well, I think Cory Balrog is doing like a sci-fi game next.
Oh yeah.
From my understanding,
Maybe they won't go right away.
like I don't know if they'll do like the Naughty Dog round split into 2 teams.
Yeah.
So, care to try again?
And I know it's only been 3 years since Naughty Dog
talk too
released
much.
Last of Us Part 2, but like I wonder what they've been working on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've done all the refreshes, but they've got to
won't
do
talk?
else too.
Fine.
Yeah.
Maybe whoever it is you've got stashed in that house will.
Like I say, how is there's some of the goofy things like that tree just still standing when he punched like a chunk out of it. Like he just Jenga chopped it. Okay. What was it? Freaking in Ragnarok, after getting the Valor card range, I just kept that on the entire time, I think.
Oh yeah, no, it's way better. Like, it's way nicer. It made like health issues in this game actually this later as I get further. Way less.
And then the Valhalla mode also has some like stuff where like, oh, once you open the chest, once you parry, since it's a roguelike, right? They have some mods where like, oh, open a chest, you get like 15% health back. That kind of vibe. Which kind of helps if you're not really too big into like the roguelike stuff. Which I've grown to really like the genre. I didn't originally. I was like, I don't like losing all my progress. But I think that was because like I didn't understand that the runs are built to be the good ones at least. Runs are short, so you don't feel like you're losing too much progress.
I also like the alternate together they put in the Ragnarok.
I think I used the standard Guardian one the entire time because I did enjoy engaging with the parry mechanics. Oh boy, Connor, do I want to do Sekiro? That is a fun one to watch. It absolutely is.
It's probably more fun for me to watch that kind of game than to play it.
Yeah.
Because I get too anxious with that kind of a game. There's the precision I need for it. Because that's the thing with this.
This man is just punching this monument. And then causes what I assume is a landslide. Like...
Leaving so soon?
I'm sorry, what?
That shield is insane,
When
apparently.
Odin sent me here, I just needed
I assume it's a
answers.
Frost Giant's shield.
You had to act all proud. Throw whatever
Again, I
you
like that
have.
this game plays with that kind of idea of like
Coming.
Frost Giants aren't giant after all. They're just
Before I end
Well,
this,
that's Norse myth.
I want you to know one thing.
okay.
Norse myth,
I can't feel
the giants
any
aren't
of this.
literally giant necessarily. They can be, but it's a different race. That's all it is. It's basically Titans and
I see. And are they all shapeshifters?
I think so. if I recall correctly.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was just a Loki Atreus thing that he was the only shapeshifter among them, or that rather they're all magical beings and he's the only shapeshifter of them.
I don't actually, I don't know if they're all shapeshifters or not, but they all have like obviously because like Jormungandr, Fenrir.
Pathetic.
I don't think you ever meet Hel.
No, and then Angerboda doesn't really show any abilities.
I feel nothing, but you feel everything. Yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother, and if you'd given me what I wanted, it wouldn't have ended this way. But no. Let's finish this.
Is he referring to Thor? Okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forget all the relations in this. Dude, my earlier text to you where I told you that last night when I was reading in bed, I read one chapter of one book, then switched to a different book and read a chapter. Louisa lost it. She was like, dude, you have ADHD. Or, like...
That's not one side of it necessarily, but
No, but there's this thing I do. Hold on, let me tell you the rest. There's this thing I do, Connor, where I go on a streaming site and I flip through scenes of movies I enjoy. I don't watch any of the movie. I just flip through my favorite scenes and I just do that for like 5 movies at a time.
I don't know if that's ADHD, but that is.
Lock on.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, it's because he jumps.
Which is fair, right? That's fair. The game has to, otherwise the camera would freaking flip out if it tried to track that, because the camera would have to go through the floor of the game. Oof.
Is there any health around or no?
No.
I think I just have to survive this.
Yeah.
Can't beat me.
Lock on again when you can. Yeah, and I think we're not blocking, or you're struggling with the blocking sometimes. There you go. And I'm hoping if you can activate the Spartan Range, it'll bring your health back a little bit. Because I think this one does let you regain health on hits. And I think originally you did get caught in that kind of unblockable a couple of times. And block. Nice. Block. AoE. There he is. Oof. Ooh. Dude, this is reminding me of that last fight in Jedi Survivor right now, and I'm losing it. Okay, Spartan raise that shit. Yeah, okay, it does raise your health a little bit. That's good. Dude, yeah, that last fight in Jedi Survivor was so stressful. I had like a sliver of health left, no stims, and I managed to hit that last hit. You're good, you got this, you're golden. There we go.
As I play this one, I like using the hand more than
Well,
the axe a lot of the time.
I do know it definitely builds stagger more than the shield.
Small enemies, you can more easily rip them apart.
Yeah.
I found that in the second game, once you got the spear, it's like you had 2 options for that, basically. And I do think the axe felt better in that one.
Yeah, if anything, the blades were the ones I used the least. Other than crowd control.
Yeah, I only found them.
Even then, my homie is tired. And I'm waiting, like, for Forspoken to go on, like, a really deep sale. Oh, 60% off on Steam?
What does that make it at right now? Like
27? Like, that feels like a $27 game. And then what was it? Immortals Rise of something? Immortals of Avium?
After all this time,
That's on.
like, I don't know.
what do I do? Our son is not ready to carry your ashes to the top of the mountain.
Graphics, gameplay, and world building, but Chris has a story, characters, and writing. Yeah, like, that's definitely like a deep sale game.
I have seen it pop up like quite a bit.
Yeah.
Neither am
On like TikTok and whatnot.
I do not know how to do this without you.
What's the other one that got some kind of rough reviews, but I was seeing being streamed quite a bit?
But we cannot stay here.
was so much. I thought. You're all right.
I am all right.
Then Gotham Knights is one that I'm like,
That
would I actually enjoy it?
that
It's
is
on
actually-
Game Pass.
That's actually one that showed up in some streams on TikTok quite a bit, and I was like, but I thought everyone hated this.
Thought I wasn't ready.
I mean, obviously, that
You're
you're
not.
talking like critical reviews versus
We have no
players.
choice
and there's
now.
gonna be a difference some of the time, but like,
Also, I think part of it too is like people hated that they paid full price for it. I think maybe it's what it was.
Yes, sir.
fair enough.
Or like,
Some of those games can feel like just really big DLC, and you feel a little bit weird paying full price for something that is effectively just big DLC.
not only that, but I think the studio, because I think that's the studio that made like the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games. The good like,
Long trip.
I think so.
But
Hold on.
So,
important one.
Whoa.
did it like actually save? No, there we go. So we're gonna call that for the first episode. Cool.
I'm excited.
No gaming
It's fun to.
scientists. Peace.
We're gonna punch shit.